If you've never been to Hawaii, or even if you have maybe, you might not know that the soda cans there look like this. And what's even more bizarre is Hawaii is the only state that still has those soda cans. So today, join me as we dive into the history of the Hawaiian soda can.
Damn, that shit was fire, bro.
Well, for starters, let's go back to the old days, because if you didn't know, around the 1940s and 1950s, America was going through a bit of a soda phase, you could say, or pop, I should call it. It was the hottest thing on the block. Brands like Coke, RC Cola, Schweppes, and A&W were raking in millions in revenue even as early as the 1950s, and they would funnel all that money right back into advertising and growing their businesses even more. But what you might not know is a lot of these companies don't make the cans their products go into. They just buy them in bulk, slap their branding on it, put their soda in it, and call it a day. I mean, they're soda companies after all, not aluminum companies. These are the aluminum companies, silly. And clearly, this recipe worked. Because look around, while the brands might have changed, soda is still an integral part of American culture today. And while you're probably familiar with these soda cans as they've been around, well, at least my whole life, did you know that in the world of soda cans, that this entire part right here is the lid, and these lids are called 202s and span 2.125 inches in diameter. But soda cans weren't always like this, and actually up until the late 1980s and early 1990s, soda cans across the US, including Hawaii, featured a 206 lid design, which is 2.375 inches in diameter. Due to just the slight difference of 0.25 inches, it caused the lids to be too heavy to the point where they didn't always hold the carbonation properly. To combat this, soda cans were given this little neck with its iconic ridges, with the purpose to strengthen the overall durability of the can. Something that's especially important when cans were exposed to expansion and contraction during manufacturing, storage, and transportation. All was fine and well, and things could have just left off here. But this is big soda and big aluminum we're talking about, so it's not that simple. And these companies did what they do best, started to get greedy, therefore having whole teams dedicated to bettering their overall cost versus spending habits. And so by the late 1980s, major soda manufacturers on the US mainland began transitioning to the 202 style lids. The reason being that the lids on these cans use more than twice the aluminum on the rest of the can. So someone's R&D team got to thinking and came up with a new can concept. By shrinking the lid's diameter, manufacturers could significantly reduce the amount of aluminum used per can. And while yes, per can the amount is pretty microscopic, these companies are producing billions of cans annually, so the cost savings added up pretty quickly actually. And officially, in 1991, the smaller 202 diameter cans were the official cans of America. Well, on the mainland at least. Hawaii, being a remote island chain, has logistical challenges that make it economically different from the mainland. Most mainland manufacturers switch to the smaller cans because, well, they could afford to, overhauling their production and bottling equipment. However, Hawaii faced a unique economic case. Hawaii's beverages are bottled and canned locally to save on the cost of shipping heavy, water-filled soda cans across the ocean. Because you can't just ship them empty, they would crush and dent way too easy. And believe it or not, the entire state only has one manufacturing plant, the Ball Corporation plant in Kopolai, Oahu. This plant supplies cans to local bottlers like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Hawaiian Sun, and more. And if you haven't figured it out by now, the equipment at this plant and bottling facilities were designed to work with the 206 diameter cans. So why didn't they just upgrade, you're asking? Well, transitioning to the 202 diameter cans would require a complete overhaul of the equipment in both the can manufacturing plants and the bottling plants, which would be way too expensive given Hawaii's smaller market size, so it was just never deemed worth it. At the end of the day, it's more cost effective for Hawaii to stick with the 206 lids than to invest heavily in new equipment just to save on a marginal amount of aluminum yearly. I mean, the plant only produces 1 million cans a day, whereas some other plants on the mainland are producing hundreds of millions. And they've actually been around so long at this point that these cans have kind of become their own significant unique part of Hawaiian pop culture, which I think is pretty damn neat. And that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know if you guys got any other cool little stories like this from around the world that we can cover on the channel. Comment your thoughts on this, what you think, and don't forget to like it, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share this video with a fellow soda lover who might not even know these cans exist. And until then, I will see you guys in another video. Peace.